Well, it looks like somebody's been pumping water on this property here. Wow. Hey YouTube, Homestead Prepper. I'm mowing a neighbor's yard right now, and they have like a depression here. And I come over here and there's this pipe coming from another neighbor's yard, and they are, I guess, draining that pond over there without permission. So I just thought I'd show you the neighborly thing that people are doing. When they heard the mower over here, I noticed the water went off. Okay, well, just want to show that to you. Okay, a little bit of time has elapsed. I talked to a representative of the property owner, and of course the owner didn't have the balls to come over here and talk to me. And like I said, this is a neighbor's property, and I was representing them because they were not available. Anyway, I told the, well, actually it's a guy who rents on this property. You know, I told him, I said, you know, if you had come to the owners, they might have said, yeah, you can dump it down in that hole right there. You know, they might not have had a problem with it, but, you know, doing this, you just, you know, create hard feelings and you cross the line, literally. I said, I think the best way to do this is just to de-escalate the situation. Y'all remove the pipe. And he said, oh, I'm going to remove it right now. And the way we'll handle it is if we see this over here again, that's where the water was pouring out. We'll just call the police, and we'll see, you know, how that does, and then maybe we'll get the county involved, and you know there'll probably be some fining, and then that will probably deter people from pumping water. But like I said, we've had a whole bunch of rain here, but you know, pumping water on somebody's property is not right, and we will take the cool-headed approach to resolving the problem. So anyway, guys, that's how I handled it. I know some of y'all would have, you know, wanted to beat up the guy or whatever, but that's really not going to win you anything in the end. Okay, guys, you've heard how I handled the situation, but that's handling the situation now while we have law enforcement, we have rule of law, we have the county who can levy fines. My question to you is, what would you do in a situation where there was no law enforcement, rule of law, and you had a neighbor blatantly dumping water on your property? You confront him and he keeps doing it. He refuses to stop pumping that water through that fence right there. So these are questions we need to ask ourselves now. I mean, you know, would you get a coalition of neighbors together and approach the guy? Would you take matters into your own hands? Would you take a shotgun and just shoot that pipe up in little pieces? Everything you do is going to have consequences. So I'd love to hear your comments and how you'd go about it. Homestead Prepper out.